Sometimes just things don't make for a good video essay. So I'm just gonna spew it out live. Do it live! So what the fuck even is a good cop in this situation? The context of the police system. What is a good cop? What does that even look like? Is a good cop someone that buys a mattress for a black kid? Is a cop that is good someone who calls out the injustice in his own police system? But then, like, if we're so focused on the good cop, then why is there no scrutiny for the bad cop? Why even is there such a state that is allowed to exist that has a dynamic such as a good cop or a bad cop? Why does that dynamic even exist in the first place? Like, if the state, which you stand by, is justifiable through the actions of its laws and through its law enforcement, then wouldn't there be no reason to scrutinize it in the first place? Like, if there are good cops, then why are there bad cops? Shouldn't, by that logic, since the police system is the upholder of supposed good, wouldn't that make the police good by that logic? Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to make any sense, because police are made of human lives, yes, but at the same time, those human lives decided to work against its own people. That's why we consider them to be class traitors. And class traitors are those who go against their own class. They support the bourgeois. They support the state. They support the apparatus that oppresses the people. It literally makes absolutely no sense why there is such a thing as a good cop in a dynamic of a police system that is arguably unjustifiable, right? I've already been through millions of examples, millions and millions and millions and millions of examples as to why the police are an unjustified institution. And I still get these comments sometimes. So they're saying, like, well, not all cops are bad. Not all of them are bad. Okay, you know what? Christopher Dorner was not a bad cop. But then you'll be like, oh, well, Christopher Dorner, he killed some police officers. Well, then I guess your fucking standard of what makes a good cop is inconsistent. Like, it makes no sense for you to say that there are some good cops out there in a system that doesn't scrutinize bad police officers, supposedly. If there are good cops, then a good cop, it's an oxymoron and a paradox in its own right. Like, that makes absolutely no tangible sense. Do you think that there is a justifiable means to punish? To punish. Like, and I mean systemically punish. Like, if we're talking about, what we can measure for good and evil, I think there's a huge difference between going to the liquor store down the street and stealing a candy bar or even a pack of cigarettes, or even going as far as to use counterfeit money for purchasing that product. I think there's a huge difference between that and the rich using criminal fucking activity to extort more resources and profitability in the capitalist free market. I think there's a huge difference between someone pirating a movie and someone enacting a fucking war crime like George W. Bush. I think there's a huge difference between, saying I hate the police and, inciting a fucking riot onto the Capitol because your presidency didn't fucking work out. Your campaign failed. I think there's a huge difference between, like, what is right and wrong, but the state sees right and wrong absolutely differently. And I've talked about that in a different video called Legality versus Morality. This is a live stream, but I will leave it in the description for later. You can also check it on my channel. It's just one of those weird things where it's just like, what's bad and what's bad and harmful to people is considered good and normal. Like, it's very hard to persecute the police. Like, people tend to think that Derek Chauvin getting, persecuted means systemic racism magically ended. Just how, like, they think that because of the civil rights movement, racism magically ended. The Emancipation Proclamation, racism magically ended. White supremacy magically ended. Fascism magically ended. Neoliberalism, imperialism magically ended. No, it did not. I'm so fucking tired of suffering myself in an imperialistic system like this. And I'm not, and I'll even grant it, it's like I'm not even the worst case. I'm not even the one who's suffering the most. And that's true. That is holistically true. And it further drives my point home that the police system and the imperialist system is unjustified. Like, why are we fucking around with this good cop, bad cop bullshit? This dichotomy that makes absolutely no tangible sense for a system that is systemically goddamn rotten to the core. Like, this is some American exceptionalist bullshit. Sometimes I even see anarchists, like, not necessarily making apologia for the police, but, arguing in defense of optics. Bitch, try telling that shit to the anarchists in Greece. Try telling Greek anarchists to fucking use better optics. See how that goes. I mean, for fuck's sake, Greece is also a fascist nation. But I mean, for fuck's sake, would you rather see those fucking fascists in Greece fucking come to fruition still with no resistance? Are you just complicit? Are you just fucking complicit? Like, and it's weird because, like, and this is kind of a tangent, off-topic thing, but I feel like sometimes anarchists and communists and other leftists in the United States, we do get complicit. Complicity is bad. It's not good. It perpetuates harm. It is not harm reduction. It perpetuates harm. And the harm keeps going and 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 going, and it never stops until we do something about it. I'm so fucking sick. I'm so fucking sick and goddamn tired of all of the fucking harm that is still happening to my friends, me, my family, people in our world, in our material fucking world. This good cop fucking goddamn mental gymnastics is a goddamn exercise to get you to not question the police and their activity. For fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. I'm just so done with this shit. I needed to get this video out. I needed to get this video out now. Not with the video essay. I'm not gonna fucking entertain this with a video essay. Folks, if like at this point where like you see the police and how they act on a systemic level, having gangs in LA of their own, and then having unions of their own in New York City while they crush working unions and labor unions. You know what? Like, if you see that, and you don't think to yourself, like, if this is a police officer with a firearm, and they're causing acts of evil in the name of the state to uphold the law of the state, then why would you defend that? Why would you defend imperialism? Why would you defend intervention in foreign countries where we don't belong? Why would you defend such a horrible fucking thing? And furthermore, not to question, are there better ways to handle these situations where anguish is caused, on an isolated level? Like, most of the fucking time, if not all of the time, seemingly most of the fucking time, all of these things that the police are addressing themselves into, inserting themselves into, imposing themselves into, could be solved with more social programs. I'm talking about food, housing, healthcare, all the things necessary for human survival. Never mind that Nestle wants to fucking privatize water as a holistic resource. I mean, they already steal water from First Nations. So it's just like, why are they not arresting them? I thought theft was bad, but it's not bad if you privatize it. It's not bad if it's something that you can make money on. That's why I always say, police defend private property, not the people. And the people could very well use these resources for their own survivability. This is why I always fucking say, this, that the United States empire, imperialism, fascism, all of these things are going to accelerate into human extinction. Like, we're talking about an acceleration towards climate change, an acceleration towards, not being able to treat COVID-19 correctly, an acceleration to death. That's what the state is, that's what the police is, that's what it always is, that's why the police have to be abolished. Every last police officer needs to fucking resign, needs to fucking get the fuck out of the force. I mean, it's not a real job. Like, I am more than certain that a police officer has never worked as hard as I have as a working person. I can actually say that with extreme confidence. I can damn well tell you that me working graveyard shift and fucking delivering goddamn medicine to hospitals and clinics nationwide, I have worked harder than any fucking goddamn pig who is sat on his ass at fucking Dunkin' Donuts or Winchell's and then decided to fucking get off his ass when he finally realized that it was too late to get enough on quota. Fucking ticket quotas. Fucking shit. It's like they get a fucking call and it's just like, oh shit, I better get off my ass and go to the fucking house and stop a murder or something. Meanwhile, the murder already happened. The rape already happened. The burglary already happened. The crime already happened. He didn't stop the crime. He's just there. He's just taking a note saying, holy shit. You know what? Like, we're gonna call you back when we find something. Never find anything, of course. And then like, the damage is still done. There is no such thing as a good cop. No such thing. Good cops, like in definition, are no longer cops. Like, if you are a cop, you're not a good cop. If you are a cop with a gentle tone of voice, with a, maybe an interest in D&D or some shit, or whatever, I don't know. They always try to fucking humanize these fucking cops. What they really are dogs of the fucking state. I don't know, it's a perverted thought. It's like, a good cop, it's perverted thought. It's fucking weird. It's like taboo almost. It's one of the weirdest things I've ever heard, like anarcho-capitalism. It's so weird, because it's just like, can you imagine a non-hierarchical structure being paired with a hierarchical structure? Anarcho-capitalism. A good cop, someone who does beneficial things for the people, and yet a cop who does beneficial things for the state. And it's just like, what you do for the state is not beneficial for the people. Or hey, maybe a good cop in this respect, if we're talking about what a good cop is, if we're breaking it down, maybe a good cop is someone who is good for the state. Think about that for a second. A good cop is there to mislead you. They are there to trick you, to lie to you, to deceive you. You can't tell me that no cop has ever lied while on duty. That's not true. You can't say that they've never lied on duty. You think that a good cop would never lie to you on duty? Again, this is a philosophical fucking conundrum right here. A good cop. Fucking bitch, please. Good cop my ass. Fucking good cop. Go. Turn in your fucking badge. Go protest. Go protest against the police system. Go fucking turn your fucking goddamn crooks in. Your fucking goddamn police gang crooks like the executioners. Like Art Gonzalez. That's a good cop right there. I mean, he's also working on resigning soon. Art Gonzalez, who fucking turned in and whistle blew against the executioners in LA. That's a good cop. By a standard that we can all fucking agree to. If there are gangs, actual gangs, the same kind of gangs you would classify, a gang in the 90s in LA during the war on drugs. Yes, if there are gangs in the police, not like, police have to deal with gangs. No, they are in the police, part of the police, a unit of the police. Banditos, executioners, all this shit. If they are in the police, and you are not seeking justice to prevent gangs from using gang violence in the police, then what good is that gonna do to stop gangs that are outside of the police force? Like, if the police are truly to be humanized in this respect, then we as humans can understand that no human is absolutely supernatural. That's what a hierarchy is. It's a supernatural structure. So if we can understand that there is no such thing as a supernatural human being, someone who is beyond scrutiny, then we can understand that there should be no fucking police system. What gives the police the right to fucking use their authority on others? Good or bad or otherwise. That's what I'm trying to say. It makes no sense because, if there's a police system that, is meant to cure all that is evil, prevent crime, then why is there still crime? There's still crime. And arguably, you could say that there's crime within the police system that's going uncorrected. Almost seemingly every day. So I don't know. I don't think I have anything else to say. I just wanted to get that off my chest. I'm so fucking done with the police. I'm so fucking done with the system. I'm so fucking done with the shit. Honestly, it feels like every single day when, you criticize the police, there's always someone to try to justify the actions of the police. To try to be like, well, you gotta see it from his perspective. No, bullshit, no. Because let me tell you something. People, like in the police system, they don't see things from the other person's perspective. They don't see things from the perspective of those that are challenging the violence within the police system. They always make some fucking goddamn excuse, some fucking goddamn, extra step apologia, some goddamn mental gymnastics. They manipulate you like one would manipulate a goddamn child into sexual coercion. They will do that always. I mean, there are police officers who trade fucking child pornography on fucking flash drives in some places, like in Minneapolis and shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. I'm so done. And it's weird because it's just noting that the police system is a racist system. The same people who make apologia for the police system, they don't give the same credence to the police's political opponent. They don't give the same credence to Black Lives Matter or anti-fascists or police abolitionists. They don't do that. They see things very nearsighted. They watch Paw Patrol or some shit, and then they just get brainwashed in their small little head, and they just be like, oh wow, the police are good. They fucking watch Andy Griffith or some shit, and they see Andy Griffith being a wholeheartedly fucking goody two-shoe, whatever the fuck, I don't know. And they just don't question that. They just think, oh, well, this is the good guy, and this is the bad guy. Honestly, it's one of those weird things where it's when I watch cartoons, it's funny that we're going into cartoons now. When I do watch cartoons, I've always noticed that it is the main character and the protagonist that is saving the day, and the police officers are just there to collect what they did, and they're like, thank you kids, wouldn't have done it without you, or some shit like that. No, it's The police officer's not the hero in that respect. It's the fucking protagonist. I mean, granted, sometimes the protagonist is working for the police or a part of the police. Sure. Honestly, go play Disco Elysium. Is that what it's called? Disco Elysium? Disco Elysium? I don't know. Go play that game and fucking come to a better conclusion than that. I think it's called Disco Elysium. I don't know. I haven't played it. I've only seen people review it. But anyway, have a great day. Have a good week. I'm going to try to get a whole video out this week. Wanted to get this one out of the way because, goddamn, so fucking tired. So fucking genuinely tired of the police and just them running around shooting people. You know, goddamn trigger happy. I swear to God, these fucking people in the police system, they don't even have fucking proper firearm training. Goddamn it. Like they can't tell the difference between a fucking taser and a fucking firearm. Goddamn. Like, honestly, it's just one of those things where it's just like, I see the fucking Proud Boys, you know, just holding fucking rifles improperly. You know, it's just like, holy shit, you don't even know fucking rule 0 of fucking firearms. The fact that, you know, you have to assume that all firearms are loaded, and yet they just fucking hold it like they're fucking cowboys or some shit. Fucking Hopalong Cassidy going on the prairie, fucking going down to an indigenous neighborhood. Fucking, goddamn, I'm done. Destroy Western civilization, destroy America, destroy the Western Empire, destroy the U.S. Empire, destroy white supremacy, dismantle white supremacy, dismantle patriarchy, just destroy it all. I'm fucking sick of this shit. We need to rebuild society in a way that is more equitable to all. Well-being for all, for fuck's sake. I'm so fucking sick of this shit. So fucking sick of this shit.